Hello everybody, it's Dr. Matthew Johnson and
Cynthia Kreitzberg.
And Bubba! Hey everybody!
No Bubba. No Bubba.
Okay, no Bubba. I'll be back later, guys. Okay, anyway, we're here for our weekend event for the month of July. It is Saturday, July 21st, 2018, 1 p.m. in the afternoon. And you guys all get to meet everybody who is spending the weekend with us. Starting with the most awesome cook on planet Earth, Cindy Johnson. She's my sister.
Yeah.
Except we have the same mama, except her daddy's in prison. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm Cindy Johnson, and I'm here cooking, and I've known Matt and Cynthia for several years now. And we did a sleepover last night, some of us, and I had the opportunity to have two of the Swatches come up behind my tent, or my cot, and they were talking, and I thought it was Matt and somebody else, and instead they were not speaking English. And then they came right up to the head of my bed, and I thanked him for coming and asked him if they'd work on my foot. And they did, and they zapped me so good that I totally missed breakfast this morning, and Matt had to cook, so I'm not much good anymore.
And how was your foot feeling this morning?
My foot was fabulous this morning. I was hurting last night, but this morning I walked right up the trail like nothing was wrong. It was wonderful. And I'm thrilled to be here. We got an awesome group. I'm just tickled to death.
Awesome. Okay, next.
I'm Mike Collier. I'm from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Got interested in this when I was 10 years old in 1961. Went in the service in between 69 and 73. My roommate, he was from Oregon. We went to the Ape Caves at Mount St. Helens 3 times, no luck. Redding, California, found out that Redding was not Bluff Creek. Put this whole idea on the back burner for 40 years. In 2013, I was doing geocaches in the UP of Michigan, and I opened up an ammo box, and out popped a furry hand, and I thought, what the hell? So I signed the log, was trying to jam the hand back into the box, and decided to read the description, and it said that a Class A sighting had took place there, that somebody had actually seen one, and I thought, who the hell bumped their head? That's a Pacific Northwest animal. And looked up a website, went on an expedition 3 weeks later, then continued and did 27 more in 27 months throughout the United States and Canada, then 2 more after that with a little hiatus because I didn't follow some rules, I guess. And I was definitely in the flesh and blood camp, read too many books, and now finally got to come here to Dr. J's place, and looking forward to a great experience.
And why do you want to be here? Why did you come?
Because I think I have an open mind and I need to learn the other side. What some would call the woo, but it's all paranormal. It was paranormal until you got to the bottom of it. So.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Next.
Hi, I'm Andy, and I'm from Redondo Beach, California. I'm here with my brother Bill, and probably 6 months ago, I was introduced to a video called Missing 411, or 411 Missing, and it intrigued me about missing hikers and campers in the wilderness. And as I began to look at more videos, I happened upon Dr. Johnson's video, and I started to read that and listen to it, and I became very intrigued. And then my brother purchased his book, and I went over one day, and my brother gave me his book and said, you read this. So I read it in a couple of days. I gave it back to him. He said, what'd you think? I said, I think I want to meet this guy. And he said, okay. So he read it, and then we were following Dr. Johnson on Facebook, and we found out that he was having these sleepovers in April, and we chose the month of July to come out and to experience the camaraderie, the adventure, the love that's here, and to experience something different than we're used to experiencing, in hopes that we can enrich our lives and become better people.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Hi, my name is Bill, and I'm from Redondo Beach, California. My brother Andy already introduced me a little bit and talked about sort of the trail and how we got here. I got here because I don't like watching TV, and I took to surfing the internet and looking for, you know, all kinds of things that might be different. And I stumbled onto this whole genre and began watching countless videos for nearly a couple of years, one after another, and sort of narrowed down to a handful of people that I thought were, at least from my room in Redondo Beach, California, on the video screen, were real people, real authentic people. And once I zeroed in and started to listen to Matt Johnson with Grady on this video, I was just taken by Dr. Johnson's authenticity, honesty, transparency, what he was saying. I didn't have any preconceived notions, and I talked to Andy about it. We got the book, and you know, we concluded we really wanted to get closer to this study, to Dr. Johnson, to what you were doing here, to what the group is doing, and so we zeroed in on coming to one of these. What I wanted to get out of this was to meet these forest people, to take the possibility of exposing myself and getting introduced, and to appreciate what was being offered here. I think this is sort of one of the only undiscovered frontiers that we can actually touch, that doesn't require some extraordinary effort. You know, we don't have to fly to the moon, we don't have to be a billionaire. We can actually just come out here and get involved, and I think that's it's very, very cool. So we're just grateful. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Well said.
Next.
Yes, I'm Pamela, and I'm from Rainier, Washington. And I came because I met Matt when he gave a lecture at the Triad Theater twice. And then he's been to a friend's house 2 houses away from where I've lived, and I've been having wonderful experiences ever since. So I'm just here because I like good sleepovers.
Cool.
With good people. And more fun.
Thank you, Pam.
You're welcome.
Next.
I'm Patty, and I'd like to say first off, starting off, that watching previous videos from the couple months before, that there's something wrong with your camera, because I'm at least 20 years younger and at least 20 pounds lighter. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Okay.
No, I'm Patty. I'm from Whidbey Island, and I'm married to my wonderful husband, Paul. And I got into Bigfooting through his nephew, Scott Taylor, and I've been involved now for about 5 years or so. Met Matt and Cynthia about 3 years ago, and had my own experiences. I was privileged to go to Soya a year ago, and just had amazing, amazing time. And just looking to connect better, to connect more, to learn how to relate better.
Awesome. Thank you.
And I'm her husband, Paul. We live on Whidbey Island in Oak Harbor. And privileged to be here with Matt and Cynthia and these wonderful people. I sense an openness and a desire to learn something new, learn something maybe about themselves. And for me personally, it's a situation of where the more I learn, the more I know I don't know. And I want to try and learn more, because I think somewhere in this search is a fount of information to help us be a better society. That's my conviction.
Thank you, Paul. Next.
I am Michael from Florida, and have been friends with Howie for 40 plus years, I guess.
I'm sorry.
And based on his experiences and what he's told me, he's never lied to me, embellished any stories about anything. And him and Dr. J have had several experiences, which I'm sure he'll tell you about next, but I'm here with an open mind, to interact with Bigfoot forest people and hopefully share some of the experiences that Howie's had with them. Seems surreal to me, and I'm excited about this weekend and learning from all you guys as well, so that's pretty much it.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Now a special introduction from my Bigfoot buddy, Howie Bigfoot Jedi Gordon, who happened to be on Big Brother Season 6, All-Star 7, and is now the weatherman for KATU Channel 2 in Anchorage, Alaska, my old stomping grounds.
Wow, thanks. I guess I'm done. You guys know. Well, I got into Bigfoot, the $6 Million Man, my favorite show of all time back in the 70s. He goes and chases Bigfoot, and little do we know that the aliens are controlling Bigfoot. There's a lot of truth to it all these years later. But I wrote a letter to Dr. J in 09 after I had a couple trips to Oregon. I Googled Oregon Bigfoot. Dr. J came up, most foremost authority on the subject in the world. Started talking to him, started coming out with him to his research areas. Finally started having some really cool encounters. I'm like, this is it. And continued to come out with Dr. J, and encounters got more advanced, more interactive. I've seen his, I was probably halfway through his studies, but it's evolved exponentially since I joined him, probably halfway through the study since 2009. And as I just met, the advancement and the interactions with these beings, these Bigfoot people, the forest people, it's just got more awesomer and awesomer and awesomer. And I want to continue to learn more about them, communicate with them, bring people like my best buddies to have these experiences, because a lot of people are like, oh, I want to prove Bigfoot and get on TV and get millions of dollars. After you have any type of interaction with these beings, you understand it's more to it than that. It's not about that. It's soul cleansing. It's something that I've never experienced before, and I want to continue to keep it going. And I want people that, you know, am I a lunatic? Am I a liar? I want these people to see, hey, there's more to it in this world, this galaxy, this universe than meets the eye or what you're taught or what you learn in school. And it's just the greatest experience I've ever had. I want to keep doing it for all these years with Dr. J and Cynthia, and I want to bring buddies that have the same view and open mind to get to enjoy this and experience this as well.
Oh, thanks, Howie. And now the weather. That's right.
Commercial break.
Okay, thanks, Howie. Next.
Good afternoon. My name is Peter. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I was brought here through testimony of my good friend Howie. And, you know, I think what resonates with most people is the ability to have some sort of forensic evidence of a situation. And to me, knowing Howie and knowing the way he is, that he's pretty straightforward. There is no gray area with Howie. And that really, to me, is what put me over the top to say, hey, if Howie's saying something's actually happening, then it probably is. So he's been extremely copious focus on Bigfoot for, I think, 6 or 7 years. And I was the first one to tell him he's crazy. And I still do.
Thought the same thing about Doc when I first met him.
Even as of last night. But there was definitely something to it. And I want to find out more. It's an adjacent type of situation when you look at where the world's heading and how it's heading there and what focus this has on everybody here that are bringing different people from different walks of life. And I heard from a gentleman earlier about, you know, of the final frontier or the ability to kind of participate in something that's pretty unique. And I would definitely say that's an accurate this is a picture of what's going on.
Thank you, Pete.
I'm Tony from Bellingham, Washington, and I've been a coast-to-coast listener for many years, and I've heard a lot of Bigfoot stories, but they just all sounded incomplete. And then just recently I heard the Steve Bachman story about the portal and the Janu and the dying planet, and I just felt attracted to it to want to learn more, which led me to Dr. J's Big Reveal videos and his book, and I joined his Facebook page, and it just sounded like, wow, I want to be part of this and learn more. And so July was full, August was full, so I just posted, is there a waiting list? And then I got a message, send your check. Okay, you can be at the end. So here I am to learn more.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tony.
Hi, I'm John, aka Ole, from Maple Valley, Washington. How I got to this point, it was just one of those things that happen in life. I've always had an understanding there's some sort of grace of something else going on out there in the woods. How I came across Dr. J, I don't know. It just happened. And once I started, hearing his words and everything else, it all started making sense. And when it starts making sense inside, then it starts making sense inside. So I was understanding at that point, yeah, there's a lot more to this, and I want to be around like-minded people. I've been to a few of the events and got to know a few of the people, and it's all like-mindedness, and that's what we need. We need to be around those of our tribe, and this is part of my tribe. Thanks for allowing me to be here. Thanks for opening your home.
Thank you.
Matt, I'm from Seattle. What got me here is kind of a long process. I'll try to give the quick version of it. Is started out just being interested in Sasquatch as a mystery, just plain and simple, and started looking into it. And the more I started reading and watching, the more I started to realize there's way more to this subject than I ever imagined. And as I started reading and researching, the more my path kind of narrowed down into just feeling like there are people, there's a consciousness there, there's something elevated that we can learn from. And that really steered me into the direction of Dr. J and his research. And so I'm here because I want to enlighten, to learn, to meet like-minded people. So it's kind of the first time I've ever felt like I could just talk about this stuff and not feel self-conscious about it. I feel like I'm on an island very often when I'm researching this subject because I can't talk to anyone in my immediate surroundings that has an interest or even believes that I'm not going crazy, because I know I'm not. And so being here, being able to talk to all you nice people about this stuff, and it's a very good feeling. So that's one of the bigger reasons I'm here too.
Thank you, Matt. Sure. Like your name, buddy. Next guy.
Hey, I'm Mike from Texas, and I guess it started out a long time ago in the 60s. If anybody else remembers, Reader's Digest had Patty on the cover on one issue, and I was a kid then, probably 10 years old, and it really struck a nerve then. And years later, first episode of Finding Bigfoot, pretty excited about the show on TV. After a couple of episodes, I realized they couldn't find Bigfoot if they were standing in Bigfoot crap. So that sent me to the internet, looking at all sorts of videos, and same basic story. It gets narrowed down pretty quick when you start going through them, and ended up at Dr. Matt's and Dr. J's, and so here I am. He got offered to open his home so we could come out and have a little interaction, and that's where I'm at with it.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Lydia. I live in near Atlanta, Georgia. And
Lydia's Bubba's cousin. Hey, cousin Lydia.
Anyway,
Bubba's nephew's sister's cousin.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't know Dr. Johnson. I just discovered him on Facebook several years ago, a couple years ago, probably like 2015 or a little bit before that. I've just always been following him, but I've always been interested. It started with Monster Quest and shows like that to watch. And I'm like, I was frustrated, like, they never find anything. They, it's like not finding Bigfoot, they're not finding anything. And when I started reading his stuff, it just intrigued me, listening to his posts and his videos, and I was like, I want to be one of those people that go to Soledad. I want to be one of those people that go there, and here I am, finally. So, then that's it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Stu. I'm from Edgewood, and I gotta admit, this is my new addiction. Never thought it would be. What brought me here in 1980, I was scared out of the woods with a bunch of guys that were hunting. I'll tell you the rest of that story later. Then there was an incident with my daughter out shrooming where she just stopped in her tracks and looked up at me and said, "Dad?" With that look on her face that says, whoa, what the heck's going on? So I just said, hey, they're just watching. And just curious what you're doing. Just keep picking mushrooms and we'll just go back and meet the other guys. She agreed to that, not very easily, but she agreed to that. So then I heard the ad on the radio, and I had the same feeling that a lot of people here did, that there's just something is not right with the pros and all their information. I did a research paper on it when I got laid off and had to go back to college and did a 5-minute speech on it. And I personally was not satisfied at all. But I had to do it on something, so I did it on Bigfoot. So at any rate, I hear an ad on the radio, and they've got this paranormal conference. There's this little guy up there on stage, probably about, seemed like 8 foot from where I was sitting. He was huge. And I saw the rest of the speakers, but the only one that really affected me was Matt, because he was honest, and you could tell he was sincere. He was a real person. He wasn't trying to make money. He wasn't trying to smooth you on or shine you on or anything else. And so I went back and met him and his fabulous fiancée, Cynthia.
Yay!
Yeah.
Hi, babe.
And the rest is pretty much history. I came to the January night set. I could not wait to come to the January night set, and was absolutely blown away with all the sparkles in the trees and the noises and the rocks in the water and the pitchfork sounds. It sounds like mosquitoes, but it's not a mosquito, and the orbs floating around over the people around you. It was an awesome night. So here I am, and that's why I'm back. It's because it was so good. I want more.
More. Oh man, that's good stuff. Thanks, Stu. Hey, babe.
Hello.
Who are you?
I'm Cynthia.
Yeah.
I'm here because I live here.
Yeah.
I got into Bigfooting because I went to my 30th high school reunion and invited myself to join Matt for breakfast, and 5 hours later we were still talking, and the rest is history. That was 8 years ago. So it's been an interesting journey. We've gone down rabbit trails and rabbit holes we never expected to go down, but it's been amazing, and the people we've met along the way are just truly amazing people.
Agreed. So you're gonna have to help me out here. Up, down?
Up.
Up.
Okay, perfect.
Hello, everybody. I'm wrapping it up. I'm Matt. I live here too. I don't know who these people are. Help! Help! Anyway, we're all here to have some fun, learn a whole lot about the Forest people, the Jean Nu, and you'll be watching more videos after this one. And if you're new and catching this video for the first time, the signature trademark, scroll down to the bottom. Start with the very first video and work your way up. You'll be busy, but I guarantee you, if you take the time to watch all the videos, you're not going to need to go anywhere else to learn about the Bigfoot Forest people phenomenon. Guaranteed. Okay? And if you have yet to get your hands on this book, go to teamsquatchingusa.com, click on the book picture, then click on order the book, and you will read the book of all books for Bigfooting that will answer all your questions. Last but not least, lots of Bigfoot organizations out there that host events, charge $300, $400, $500 to come on out. How much did you guys get charged?
$100.
$100 for what? For food, because this young lady right here is the most awesome cook on the planet, and she's providing us with all kinds of goodies that you can see over there. So essentially, we're not making any money off this except with some stickers we sell and some t-shirts. And the book, get the book. This is Dr. J signing off.